But let's start with Super Bowl 52. Tim Eats the Lead, brought to you by Jay-Z went 0 for 8 last night at the Grammy. Oh, it's on, Timmy. Both the Eagles and Patriots have arrived in Minneapolis for Super Bowl 52, which goes this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The unofficial start of Super Bowl week happens tonight at Xcel Energy Center, home of the Minnesota Wild.
It's not at the Mall of Americas, because everything seems to be at the Mall of the Americas.
No,
which is fitting for the Super Bowl to be centered in a mall, no?
That wouldn't be classy enough for all the great questions that we're going to get asked tonight. It used to be called Media Day.
Yeah.
They now call it Super Bowl opening night. Anyone who's been to one of these all call it the same thing, a bleepin' gong show.
It is correct, Sidney.
By the end of this week, our next guest will have experienced Media Day from both sides. LaSalle, Ontario native, NFL tight end, and three-time Canadian Bachelor of the Year, Luke Willson, is joining us from Parts Unknown. Luke, how is your assignment going here on behalf of Tim and Sid and Sportsnet? Looks like you're enjoying yourself.
I enjoyed that intro. Three-time Canadian Bachelor of the Year. I'll take that, but it's been going great so far. I haven't drove anyone too crazy yet, so it's been a fun start to Minnesota.
Sid also offered you up to the Bachelor Canada, if you so please. Would Luke Willson ever do Bachelor Canada?
You know what? It's just really not my jam. I'm a little awkward, so I'm going to have to turn that one down, but...
All right, fair enough.
It is what it is.
It's not my jam.
Yeah, that's his way of saying
that's the answer.
He doesn't want to be insulting, but he's never doing it, is what he's saying.
Because I just want to.
Is that a millennial answer right there?
Oh my! I just want to be the host and say, Luke, this is the final rose tonight. That's just my dream, but you've ruined my dream. All right, so Luke.
I'm sorry.
This is always interesting to me. For people who don't know, you can watch all of this tonight beginning at 8 Eastern on NFL Network.
Yeah.
Patriots are there first around 8 Eastern, there for an hour. And then I believe at 10, the Eagles will sit there for another hour.
They shoo the media out for a little while. They actually take out like newspapers rolled up and they start hitting the media and get them out of there, and then they let them back in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How different is this from your time, Luke? It's not like you're an old man. It was like 2014 when you were there. But do you like doing it this way, having it in prime time and so on and so forth?
Not at all. Again, both years that I was in the Super Bowl, we were in the morning on Tuesday, which kind of lined up with a regular NFL schedule. We came in Sunday night, practiced Monday real light, and we usually have Tuesdays off during the week. So we just knocked out media in the morning. And to be honest, this day for players is a bit of a nuisance. I know it's kind of a cool spectacle, but no one really wants to be here. I mean, you try and have as much fun as you want, but it's not even about football. So for me, if I got in today or last night, I'd kind of like to enjoy the nights, maybe go to a nice dinner. I imagine the players and the Eagles and the Patriots being here, especially till 10, is just awful. But I'm sure it's better for prime time.
Best thing about Media Day for you, was it hearing what Marshawn Lynch said after the fact?
No doubt that, and the I don't know how to PC say this, but I think the Telemundo reporters would be the two best things on Media Day for me.
Yeah. Wow. I remember, I think I was there when Tom Brady was proposed to. I was doing actual work somewhere else, but Tom Brady was proposed to.
Special moment. Didn't end up happening, but it was a special moment.
It becomes just, again, it's like who can say or do the most bizarre thing. And again, some of it's funny, and most people see the funny parts, but a lot of it's just complete nonsense, and that isn't aired. So it's kind of a long couple hours that you just really don't want to be at if you're a player.
Luke, what was the dumbest thing anyone asked you?
I had someone, the one year was Deflategate, so I think someone dressed up like a chicken, and it had like a ball deflator, and it was trying to measure PSI. It was just one of those things where, I had no answer for the guy. You also got to be careful in these days because a lot of non-sports media will be in here, and they're just looking to try and catch guys slipping up, and they'll just slide in some questions and get you to say the wrong thing that's not PC that they can really run with. So I've had a few incidences where, I think they were trying to get me to slip up and say something, but for me it's easy. I just pulled the I'm from Canada card and I don't know what you're talking about, which still plays in America, believe it or not.
Yes, very good. That is a veteran move.
Yeah, you need it now more than ever in America. Yeah.
You're trying not to,
Yes.
you're trying now not to provide bulletin board material. But earlier today we read a little script from the Boston Globe, and I want to get your reaction as a player if you heard this going into the biggest game of your life. Dan Shaughnessy, who's a really big writer in the Boston Globe, wrote this, and he said, "I think by now we have all concluded that there is no bloody way that the Eagles' Doug Peterson and Nick Foles are going to beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. Those of us here from the Globe will do our best to provide comprehensive coverage of the event, and we will feign interest in manufacturing some pregame drama, but I think we all already know how this is going to end." Is that something that would go up in a locker room and piss some guys off that have spent their entire lives waiting for this moment?
Well, first and foremost, I don't think I could agree with him anymore. So, I don't know what to say about that. But secondly, at this level, like when you're in university, maybe, high school, sure, if your local paper writes something. But at this level, especially if you're the Eagles right now, you're an underdog. You're playing guys who have, a coach and a quarterback who's been here, for his 8th time. You don't have time to be reading this nonsense. And if you are, or if you're getting motivated by articles in the Boston Globe, you've got a bit of an issue. I would hear stuff like that, obviously not to this extent, not this big of a game, but even this year, reporter wrote this, guy wrote that. I mean, who cares? You're in the locker room. The guy for the Boston Globe is not. You know your chances as an Eagles player, and if you believe in yourself, it really shouldn't matter. So if guys need that as extra motivation, I think you got a problem before the game's even started.
So they scraped by the Jags, and you think you completely agree with them?
I do. I mean, I thought we were pretty good. Granted, we only won 9 games. The Jags beat us, and I don't know. Tom Coughlin has his way with the Patriots, and I know he wasn't coaching, but he was obviously had his hand in that Jaguars team this year.
Yep.
And that run game for the Jaguars can kind of control a game. I didn't really think that, the Patriots got dominated. It was kind of same old song and dance for them, but the Jags held the ball, time possession, and kind of kept Tom off the field. I don't see the Eagles being able to do that. Offensively, I see them being able to score, but not, long sustained drives that the Jaguars were having last week.
Fair point.
Yeah, last week in the first half. So, again, I don't want to ruin my pick early, but I like the Patriots and I like them big.
Luke, I'll be honest with you. In the past, Sportsnet have hired football analysts to go to a Super Bowl, and they basically did no work whatsoever. I'm not going to mention names, but just watch and you'll figure it out. You don't seem to be cut from that cloth, Luke. You seem to be a guy who is
Got a tie on.
Got a tie on, looking dapper, getting ready to get in the trenches this evening. It is going to be wild, Luke. I'll be honest with you. From a media side, it's going to be nuts. Do you have a working strategy on what you do this evening?
I do. I have a mission.
Oh.
Please tell us your mission.
Yeah, I have a mission. My goal is to embarrass as many media people as I can tonight. So I'm going to, save the players. And I don't want to give too many sneak peeks into it, but I'm going to come off like really throwing some X's and O's around. And let's put them to the test, these media guys, what they really know. Because at the end of the day, like most media people here have a platform, and they have a platform to talk about the players. Obviously I'm biased, that really bothers me. So I'm going to see, let's just do some, it'll be basic, but I'm going to put some media guys to the test tonight and see how much they really know about each team, and more specifically, individual players on the team.
Oh, my goodness.
I got a feeling it's going to be an eye-opening experience.
Oh, my goodness. So, I don't want to put us on the spot here. Will you do it? Say if you run into Deion Sanders or one of those big NFL Network guys, will you hit them up?
Yeah. No, I'm more looking for. I'm not looking for
Me
that
and Sid.
type of report.
Yeah, we're looking for me.
You're
and
looking
Sid.
for the guys with
I'm
multiple
looking-
chins, is what you're looking for.
You know what? I'm looking for the guy who doesn't know who the Eagles kicker is, and when I ask him what he thinks Sebastian Giovinco's role in this game is going to be, he's going to go on and tell me that he thinks Giovinco's going to kick real well.
You know what? For a second,
I'm looking for that guy.
For a second, I was going to try and draft Sebastian Giovinco
You were
in
gonna
my
Google
fantasy
your
draft.
DraftKings? Yeah.
You had me for a second. We all know it's David Akers. All right, so Luke, I wish you nothing but the best. You're going to, if this is your actual strategy tonight, you are going to wade into an ocean of fish that are just ready to be caught up in your net of lies and deceit. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Do you think, let me ask you this. Will
I
you
appreciate that, guys.
Do you think you will enjoy the next week to the point where a burgeoning broadcasting career could happen at one time in your young life?
You know, I think the jury is still out. I think the jury is still out because there's a little bit of, I feel a little bit of pressure tonight. I got to come through and perform. Sportsnet needs me to perform tonight, and I can't be out here, looking like the Tin Man, very anxious. I got to come out here. I asked earlier if I could have a couple drinks beforehand. They told me that was totally unprofessional. So I am stone cold sober, but I'm ready to go.
So obviously you didn't ask Ken Reed.
Yeah, because Ken Reed would have just said, go ahead.
He would have given you a different answer.
Yeah.
Again, tonight, Super Bowl opening night. If you want to see the Patriots talk about nonsense for an hour, or the Eagles talk about nonsense for an hour, NFL Network's the place to be at 8 Eastern.
We might see Luke.
And you might see Luke, ask some questions or see him physically. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll catch up again tomorrow. Can't wait to see what you get tonight, Luke. Have fun, brother. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.